Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Champion Slot Machine. I'm your host Fizzledrix, and with me as always is my Twitch community as well as my brother Bothkano Reese hanging out with me. And this is the new and upgraded version of Slotbot, and we're going to do what we always do in this series. We're going to roll Slotbot, new and improved. It's going to give us two different champions, and we're going to two different regions, and we're going to use those to build a deck in Runeterra. But something a little special that we're going to be doing for the next few days is that we are going to lock one of the slots to guarantee choose one of the new champions. And so we're going to build a deck with them and a random other champion, and then once that champion's done, we'll put them to the side and we'll build one with each of the new champions, and then we'll move on to the regular random champions that we do. I feel like I've said champions so much it's like ringing in my head now. But I'm excited to see what we get today. I am enjoying the set. I've had a bit of a chance to play it over the weekend. Unfortunately, didn't have much time to really do any serious deck brewing, so I get to do it here with y'all. So if you like what you see, please hit the like button. My channel's very new. I really appreciate it. Every like goes a long way. Every comment gets a reply from me. Well, and if you want to see more, hit the subscribe button. If you want to be a part of the deck building process, find me here on Twitch. I'm on at 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time most nights. So, without further ado, let's see what champions we get today. I like it already. Oh my god, if it's Rek'Sai.
All paths lead me here.
Nice, we get to play Gnar with Zilean. We're going to be pinging people a lot with time bombs and pokey sticks. This could be a lot of fun. I enjoy these two champions, so it should be fun putting them together. Gnar is probably the best champion in the new set, so the fact that we get him first roll is just awesome. So let's go ahead and go over to Runeterra, talk about what these champions do, and then build a deck out of it. All right, so the first champion. So let's go over what the champions do. First one is Zilean. I don't know why I just took it out of the deck. Zilean is a 2-mana 1/4 from Shurima. It says play, create 4 time bombs in your deck, then predict. Predict picks 3 random cards from your deck. You get to choose one, put it on top of your deck after shuffling your deck. And time bombs are 2-mana landmarks that say when I'm summoned, draw 1 in advance, other allied time bombs 1 round, meaning you lower their cooldown, their countdown by 1. Countdown also goes down at the end of the round, and when the countdown is finished, this thing destroys itself and deals 1 damage to all enemies and the enemy nexus. And then his level up condition is I've seen you destroy 2 allied time bombs, so you just watch them count down basically. So you have to find them. Usually the predicts help, and usually you want to play more predict synergy to help look for the time bombs. When he levels up, he says, round start, create a fleeting copy of each non-fleeting card I saw you play last round. Basically just doubles your card from the previous round, with the exception of any fleeting cards, and allows you to get kind of insane value. You get to the point where your hand gets super full if you get Zilean leveled up. So he can get some real late game potential, but to be honest, leveling up is difficult. Getting all the time bombs is no easy chore. And his champion spell is not even really worth mentioning because you don't really want to play it. Even if you have Zilean on the board, you'd probably rather just have a Zilean die and then play a second Zilean to add more time bombs to the deck and then predict again. But his spell, on the rare occasion it does come in handy, it says the next time a champion would die, you choose a champion, the next time it would die, you fully heal it and give it +3/+3 instead. And it can be a powerful effect, don't get me wrong, but 7 mana and pretty niche situation. You're very rarely going to cast this. Never put any of it in your deck, but sometimes as a second Zilean, maybe. All right, and then our other champion is the new one. Yay, Gnar! He's one of my favorites. I played him in League of Legends quite a bit. I'm really glad to see him transpositioned into Legends of Runeterra pretty well. I think they did a good job of showing off all of his different abilities and everything, and really showing what the champion is. And that is, he's a 4-mana 4/3 Yordle from Bandle City and Freljord. Today we have to play Freljord because that's what Slot Machine doth decree. He has quick attack, which means he strikes before his blocker, and he has, when he does strike, he creates a pokey stick in hand, or if you have one, reduce its cost by 1. And pokey stick is a 2-mana 1 damage deal 1 to anything and then draw 1. It's a very simple card, but we've played it in almost every Bandle City deck. Everybody plays in every Bandle City deck. It's just solid removal that replaces itself. And this guy just creates them on strike, which is kind of powerful in its own right. And then his level up condition is round end, you damage the enemy nexus this round, which is one of the easiest champion level ups to ever happen. And it's by design because Gnar is the only champion that levels up and can actually level back down. And what I mean by that is when he levels up, he becomes a 6/5. Notice he gets +2/+2 instead of the usual +1/+1. And he gains Overwhelm. He also, when he's leveled up, he grants the strongest enemy vulnerable. Now then, at the round end, if he's seen you start the round with the attack token, he transforms back into Gnar, the little guy. And so basically, Gnar is constantly transforming from his little form to his larger form and poking the enemy nexus with pokey sticks or other DOT damage. Or other damage, such as time bombs, for example. They also hit the enemy nexus. We can find ways to transform Gnar into Mega Gnar, use his quick attack, overwhelm, and vulnerable to control the board, deal damage to the enemy nexus. He's a very strong mid-range card, and I'm really excited to play with him. And his champion spell is a 3-mana fast speed spell that says deal 1 damage to an enemy and stun it. It remains to be seen how many decks run this card. I don't know if it's something you run main board, but as a second Gnar, it's honestly really solid. It's a really solid champion spell. It makes Gnar a complete package, honestly. He just feels awesome to play and feels strong. I hope he's not too strong and then he gets a nerf. I like him where he's at. But now that we've gone over what the champions do, let's talk about builds. What can we build with these guys? I think the first thing that comes to mind is running some sort of predict so that way we can get time bombs and then using the time bombs in order to level up the Freljord transform cards.
I wouldn't necessarily agree with focusing on predict, just running a few key predict cards.
Sure, I would run like Ancient Preparations, 1 mana landmark, play, predict, countdown 2, summon a Clockling, a 2/2. This is a solid delayed 2/2 that also gives you a predict. Pretty useful. We also would easily play
The 2-mana 2/3.
oh yeah, easily. Yeah, Aspiring Chronomancer is the name. I should know this. We don't even have to think about it. If you're playing Zilean, you should play this card. It's just good in most Shurima decks anyway. It's just a 2-mana 2/3, which is a solid body, and you play it predicts. You can't ask a lot for a good card, for a solid 2-drop, and that's exactly what you're getting out of Aspiring Chronomancer. It can help us find our champions and or find our time bombs. And then
I don't want to jump on every predict card right away, but what predict cards are there if we look it up? Just so
yeah, let's go over all the predicts that we got. Fail Prescience isn't worth it because I want some sort of value out of my predict. I don't want to just burn an entire card. I'm predicting only to predict. So I don't really like it because it's a 0 mana burst that predicts. That's it. That's all it does. Then there's 1 mana burst. Give an enemy -2/-0 this round and predict. It's a pretty solid defensive effect.
But I'm not ready to jump on it.
Yeah, I mean, if we need the extra predict, fine, but it's not amazing. Time in a Bottle predicts to advance and landmark 2 rounds. We don't really have any landmarks we really want to advance. And so the advance has to be of some considerable value in order to run this card. I just don't think it's really there. Careful Preparation is an interesting spell, not something a lot of people play, but maybe it finds the right situation here. Who knows? There's a 3-mana burst that says to play, place a card from your hand into your deck, then you predict, and then you create an exact copy of the card you choose in the prediction. You create that in hand. So basically, you're losing this card and another card in hand in order to get 2 copies of whichever card you predict. One you for now and one when your next turn. When you
next turn.
Yeah. And so it's an okay card. I mean, if we're stretching for predict, it's really not that bad because the card just replaces another card while also predicting and doubling a card's value. It could be good. There's a reason it hasn't been played a lot because it's expensive for something that doesn't have any board presence and doesn't actually net you card advantage. Okay, here is Students of 3 mana 3/3 that says, when I'm summoned, grant me +1/+1 if you predicted this game. This card's just never been there. Like, it's not enough value for predicting, and predict decks usually are stuffed. They don't have room for this guy. Size Scout, as predict, if you pick a landmark, grant me elusive. This could be an interesting consideration. Elusive could help us trigger Nexus damage whenever we need it, almost instantly.
But we don't have any landmarks. I mean, we've got the Zillion time bombs, but...
What, this is a champion roulette? Yeah, we got Gnar and Zilean in our champion roulette today. I think it's going to be a pretty fun deck to build, so you should help me make it happen, my man. But Size Scout's an interesting consideration, but we'd have to play more landmarks to really get value out of the elusive.
I was saying that the only landmarks we have so far is the time bombs. Well, we have the ancient preps and the time bombs, so it's actually 50%, roughly 50% of our deck so far.
Just add voices and shellfolk. Gnar levels trivially easy. That'll be coherent. Oh man, if it were only that simple. But my slot bot, it even tells us what 2 regions we have to play. And it has decreed that we play Freljord Shurima. So we don't even have access to the almighty broken Bandle City. So we have to try and come up with a little bit different. Oh, well, you're screwed? No, we're not screwed. It just means we have to actually, like, build something interesting. We can't just net deck this most busted cards out there. Sure, we don't get to play Bandle City. We don't get to play Pokestick main board.
Net deck? You don't just net deck. It's just that every Bandle City card is a staple.
Yeah, right. Vakoran Vagabond only mentions it because the Warlord's Palace eventually becomes Relic of Power, but I don't think we're going to get there on this thing. Xerxai Collar is a lurker. If we were lurking, maybe, but a 3 mana 2/3 with predict. You're just paying 1 more mana for the same thing as Chronomancer, just for the lurker keyword, which you will never trigger. Not really worth it. And then we have Time to Come, which only gives you clocklings if you predicted this game at burst speed. It's kind of a crappy card. And then Kyrie the Turned, which has just never been good. He has 6 mana 4/4 that says if you see him in a prediction, he gets +2/+2. All copies of him everywhere get +2/+2. And when he's summoned, he creates a copy of himself. And he is fearsome, but he just doesn't really get there. And so, like, as far as cards that predict, these 3 and maybe Scrying Sands are the only ones I'm, like, really considering. And Scrying Sands, I don't even know if I want it, to be honest. I don't know how often striking, how much -2 in a combat is going to make a difference.
Especially when you have Freljord, which you've got Frostbites, which are much better than -2.
Yeah, exactly. Like, if I'm trying to, like, devalue something's power, why not 0? Yeah. So I think that might be all we get out of the predict package, really, is just Zilean, Chronomancer, and Ancient Prep. And we just use them to hopefully find the time bombs. And then, so I want to look at some of the new transform cards, right? Because we're out here having fun, and this deck may want to consider activating Why Can't I? Spell words. There are a lot less in these regions. There's only 2, really, right? Oh, plus this guy. He's plundering.
Yeah, that Mammoth Shaman. That Mammoth Shaman is absurd. What is this guy turn into? Yeah.
Ursine Spearwalker. He turns into a 6/6 that says all allies with power 5 or greater have overwhelm, which most
right
of
now you're only out
do that already. This guy, when it transforms, it draws a unit, which is pretty darn good. I like him a lot, actually. So it's a 4 mana 3/3 Merkwolf Shaman regeneration. Round end, if you've damaged the enemy nexus this round, transform me into Merkwolf Rager, which is a 4 mana 5/5 with regeneration. And in that transformation, he'll just straight draw you a unit. There's a decent way to, like, swing some extra card advantage your way. And if we're playing transforms from Freljord, I mean, this is like the card. This is like the reason to. So there's that. We'd also play Exalted Poro. He transforms. Holy crap. Destined Poro could become Exalted Poro so easily because of Gnar. Take it to the next level, y'all. The next level. Nah, we ain't doing that. We ain't playing Exalted. We ain't playing Destined Poro.
Only if you had gotten Gnar wrong.
So, in our regions, ways to keep our units alive. I mean, let's just go over some staples, right? We're playing Troll Chant, 2-minute burst, give an ally +2, why do I try to keep doing it magic style? I'm just going to do what most people do. Give an ally 2 health, give an enemy -2 power. Boom. That's what it does. It's just a staple in every Freljord deck. It can swing so much damage and things your way. We're leveling up Gnar almost instantly, so I really like the Absolver. You can allow us to diversify our threats by being a 2-mana burst speed spell that gets +2/+1 this round. Can save a unit while increasing damage, but if you've leveled up a champion, which Gnar is very easy to level up, you'll also get the Absolver's Return after you cast it, which is a fleeting burst speed spell that gives an ally Overwhelm and +2/+1. So essentially for 4 mana and 2 spell casts, you can get +4/+2 and Overwhelm to a unit as long as you've leveled a champion, which makes this card very good. So much so I might even put it in. Now, we may not give the Overwhelm to Gnar, that's fine, we'll probably use it on a different unit, but it's still, Gnar makes it super easy to use, and then it's just a very valuable combat tool.
Maybe the Freljord, the Avarosan Century, is just kind of a staple-ish card.
Hopefully, slow people down. It's a 2-mana 2/1. Hopefully, it'll slow down our opponent. And when he dies, he draws a card, which will hopefully dig us through our deck a little bit. I also kind of like it for combat tricks. Ancient Hourglass, 2-mana, obliterate, summon a station statue, ally stored inside. It's an interesting way to keep your Gnar on the board after he's struck, making continue to be Mega Gnar, which is kind of fun. Doesn't have too much value out of that other than just saving your unit, which is probably good enough.
I'm pretty fond of the new 2-drop from the Udyr package.
The 0/5?
Well, that one, yeah, actually. But no, I was actually talking about the one that gives you a stance change.
Oh, yeah, the stance swap. Vulpine Wander, 2-mana 2/2, create a stance swap. Came with Udyr. It's a slow speed 3-mana spell, and you can just choose to give your ally either +2/+2, +2/+0 Overwhelm, 2 health and regeneration, or you can deal 1 damage to everything but the target you choose. So, pretty versatile card. And it's the enemy nexus, so you can definitely use it to trigger a transform. I kind of like him as well.
Yeah, I wouldn't go nuts with the stance swap because it's not that great of a card, so you don't want to just like throw in every card.
Yeah, but that card has value on its own.
For 2 mana, that's quite the versatility.
Yeah. Do we want to play any cards to help us get our champions? Rite of Calling, 0 mana slow, kill an ally, destroy a mana gem to create a champion, or we could do Entreat, which is 2 mana burst, draw a champion.
Just run both. Just go crazy. No, I'm just kidding.
No, that doesn't sound like a good idea.
I'm not sure either.
I kind of like 2 Preservarium because this deck could probably use a little bit of card draw. I want to run 2 Three Sisters just to have options at defending myself if I need to. 1 mana burst, get a fleeting copy of Flash Freeze, Fury of the North, or Entomb, where you can either obliterate a unit and create a tomb, and then it comes back 2 turns later. You can Fury of the North to give an ally +3/+4 this round, or you can Frostbite an enemy, which puts their power to 0. And I think 2 copies of this card goes into a lot of my Freljord lists. So we need a big game win con, right? That's what this deck is needing. It's some way to just say, that's it, it's over. Do we play Wrath of the Freljord? 8 mana 8/8 Overwhelm. Enemies with 3 or less power can't block. Super fearsome to your whole team. Could be a way to close out games. The other one is that one we were talking about. The Tremendous Shaman. Transform, and then just let him get out of hand by getting +2/+2 every single round. I'm willing to try him out. We don't really have anything at the 6 drops, so why don't we give him a whack?
Maybe we want to try a couple more ways of pinging the enemy nexus. Perhaps Ice Shard or...
Yeah, we have the Time Bombs. I'm going to put in 1 Ice Shard just because it could be useful. I don't think I want to build around it, but there are situations where it could be useful. I could see that. But mostly we're kind of relying on timing our Time Bombs and Overwhelm units and stuff. We could also play the new 2-drop, Tusk Speaker. It's a 2 mana 3/2. When he's played, he deals 1 damage to all nexuses, and he has Overwhelm too.
Sure.
Pretty good. All right. So that is our initial concept. We're going to go ahead and lean into some of these new transform cards with Gnar by using Ice Shard, Zilean, Damage to Nexus, Vulpine Water, Stance Change, Tusk Speaker, a few different ways to ping the enemy Nexus to force transforms when we need it. Fortunately, we're not a deck that needs to transform a lot, honestly. We only really have more Wolf Shaman and Merc Wolf Shaman and Mammoth Shaman need to transform once, and then Gnar kind of takes care of himself. The extra Pokestick can easily be used to help keep his transforms coming. My only question now, before we finalize this, is there any route that we're missing that we could take these two units? Because, I mean, these two champions. Because I'm not thinking of much else, to be honest.
I mean, there are definitely different routes you can go, but I don't know if any of them are particularly optimized for these two champs.
Yeah, or really lean into the champs, right? You could just play, I might be able to build a better Freljord deck and just have these two champs in it instead of good champs. But I kind of like to lean into what the champs do a little bit, and I feel like we're doing that to some degree. Curve is pretty low. It has 25 of its 40 cards are all 2 cost. This is a 2 cost deck.
It's pretty cheap.
Anyway, even if there is a different build, I don't think it's as fun as this one. This is something I want to try. Has some of the new cards in it. Otherwise, it's playing good reactive spells. I like it. So, basically what we're going to be doing in this deck is we are going to try and use Gnar and his transform condition, and even Mammoth Shaman, his transform condition, to become a 6/6 that constantly gets +2/+2 every turn, and he has Overwhelm. We're going to use these various units to close out the game via damage. And then otherwise, we're going to control the board using our units as blockers and using time bombs created by Zilean, as well as our various combat tricks. We can also use the Absolver to help push some damage in to finish the game. And that's the overall goal of the deck, and we're going to accomplish this by using a number of things. First, we need Predicts and Ancient Prep, Chronomancer, Zilean to help us find our time bombs, help us find our champions, and then we have the transforming guys who benefit from it, and Tusk Speaker, Ice Shard, Pokesticks from Gnar, and the time bombs themselves can help us do damage on our opponent's turn to trigger transformations when we need to. Hopefully get our Mammoth Shaman massive, even Mega Gnar, and just get them in for the win. That's the goal. Let's see if we can make it happen. Let's go ahead and call this what it is. Slap Machine 21. I'm gonna save it. I have no fear. I'm not going to try and climb during this week while I'm doing all this, so I'm not even going to worry about going in norms. I have 60 LP. Wherever we go from here, we go.
What I'll do is I'll build a random full deck generator, and then you can do a series where you try to climb to Masters generating a random deck each game.
Oh my god, that would be impossible. Because there wouldn't even be like a coherent deck. It'd be like 1 and 2 copies of random cards if it's a true random card like deck generator.
Yeah, you only get like 3 copies of maybe 2 cards in the deck if you're lucky.
So I want to keep the Tusk Speaker. It gives you, it's a 2-drop, gives us some early aggression. I like Gnar because he's an important win condition to the game. And Merc Wolf Shaman's pretty decent too. So that's that guy. I kind of don't have anything to do until turn 4, so I'm just going to play him.
I heard the work done in the waves.
Scores to settle, cooks to kill. You know how it is.
I guess I'll just pass. I can use some combat tricks to try and kill Zakshan or force some cards out of him.
For a deck that's mostly 2-drops, you're getting all the non-2-drops.
I know, right?
Quick hands make quick work.
Oh, he's going wide, man. Yeah, that happens.
I am wearing my goggles.
Gonna frostbite the...
Yeah, but he probably has a shape stone. But I guess I get it out of him. least I would get it out of him. Oh, cool, he's dead. That's a surprise, to be honest. Alright, this deck is just aggressive as hell. I don't know why he played that when he literally... I mean, he's just going all in, so... I guess that's the plan.
Where's that ice shard?
Right? That one copy of Ice Shadow would go far right now. I think it's Gnar, so I can have the pokey stick to, like, affect the board next time.
Yeah, I think so. So he's gonna transform Gnar, which is gonna give you
Mega Gnar on his Gnar. His Gnar's gonna transform too.
Yeah, you're both gonna get vulnerable on your Gnars.
Yeah, but he goes first.
Yeah, exactly. It's bad.
He's bad. I already used my frostbite too.
Already looking at lethal.
Yeah. This
You should.
deck just dominates me. I don't have anything to play here. Like,
You can just play the Valpine, whatever. The 2-drop. You can play the 2-drop that gives you the stance, and then that gives you a blocker. He's not going to develop anymore, because if he did, then you just snipe out all the 2-1s.
Patience, cautious, and quiet. This is our way.
So you can develop anymore.
Ready, hammer? No.
I'd have to focus stick them. It's fine. Whatever. He wins. This deck is aggressive as he literally played like nothing but 1-drops.
You also didn't get 2-drops.
Yeah, there was no Zilean or Chronomancer or Ancient Prepper, none of that early game stuff that like I need. Okay, it's looking a little better. I'm just gonna drop these two. Keep this as options. There's another Gnar, that's good. Let's go ahead and predict here. This guy's our win condition, so we want him.
When we look ahead, we know how to prepare.
Got the book. Let's start our search.
Maybe a 1 cost? Just 1 spell? No. Okay, good.
Patient, cautious, and quiet. This is our way.
This is our way. Yep, that's really nutty.
Check the book.
As you do, right? As you do.
Don't think I know that one.
That's tough. Yep. It's starting to go crazy, y'all. Yes. Do this. At least it wasn't a human. It's not going to keep getting bigger. Unless it, gets more faded.
This mama is the beast mama.
We honor the bold. Death with eyes knowing.
That is It was rough.
You ain't wrong. You ain't wrong. Craft Dragon is nuts.
On it and on 'em. Fino. Goodbye.
Sure. I guess they're playing quick kill. That card makes a lot of sense. Guess I should have been playing around it. I don't have an answer to any of these guys. Like, these decks are just way too aggressive. Alright. We're switching to, like, Blighted Ravine. We're adding Blighted Ravine to the deck. We're going more control heavy. This is insane. Like, we just ran into just two absurdly aggressive decks. I don't really like
You
this
go to
Tusk.
Star Grounds route.
Minor change, add in the Blighting Ravine, see if the sweepers plus the... Actually, you know, we really like Ice Shard, so what you mean about Scar Grounds. I put one copy in.
I also think about like the 3-drop that just deals 1 to everything over and over again.
Yeah, so we could make it like a Scar Ground. That's an interesting way to go. So we go like full
And
Scar
then
Ground sweep
Devoted
deck.
Council because you're leveling up Gnar very easily and it compensates for you pinging yourself.
Well, then we would get rid of Avaros and Sentry. And drop one Absolver. And I don't think we'll play the Wanderer if we're playing that. He just dies to sweeps.
Yeah, true.
Play Ember Maiden. Play Ice Shard. Go up in Scar Grounds. I don't know, like 2 Scar. Oh, I guess if you're building around Scar Grounds, you probably want all 3. But we have Predict, so we can actually find the 1 of. I mean, the 2 of.
Do you think Devoted Council's worth it?
Or maybe
It was
Voice of
right.
the Risen. Oh yeah, that's right. It's only 3 mana. We've leveled the champion, heal your inner champions, and Nexus 2.
It helps prevent. It helps supplement your pinging yourself, and it's easy to get it leveled up because in our 2 of the Devoted Council is probably good enough.
Yeah, that'll be alright. Alright, let's try this version.
Aggro just broke into my house and stole my LP.
That's right. And Lurk's pretty aggressive too, so it's not like I'm getting a break here. Hey, this hand looks a lot better. I'm keeping this whole
Getting
thing.
some sort of break.
Yeah, I'm keeping this whole thing. This is good. You don't have an answer to the fearsome one other than waiting until turn 5 to murder with a Blighted Ravine. I didn't need a second one. I could really use a Gnar though, because Blighted Ravine into Gnar is really good. Or I could do the Merfolk Rager. I mean the Shaman. Sure. Yeah, this seems fine.
So it's definitely not the only time you're predicting this game.
Got it.
Nope, nope, definitely not.
Careful.
Okay. Time bomb, baby.
Now, when am I?
So now you can play the Time Bomb, and then on their turn you can play. Oh well, I guess.
No, I'm gonna play the Blighted Ravine on their turn.
No, I was saying you Time Bomb them, and then on their turn you have 4 mana. The Time Bomb goes off. You have 4 mana, so then you play your
Gnar, and then he
Four.
transforms on the other side. Yeah, you're right, actually. Because I wouldn't have predicted Gnar in that situation. I don't know.
Yeah, you wouldn't have predicted that.
And we're gonna see if he wants to trade his aggro units for this. I don't think he does.
Find your own.
1 for 1 is fine. They're practically the same thing at this point.
Mm-hmm.
We can always rely on you to keep us safe.
Pass,
See
buddy.
what I've learned? It's not safe.
I trust
play the time bomb?
Oh, this is fine. I need this out of my hand, and this is fine.
Yeah, okay. There it is. Play Gnar. The voted council.
I wonder if I play Gnar or I play this guy. Probably Gnar. He might already have a pike, though. So.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Think about that.
Pike is below, to be specific.
Go get the shiny devil.
Alright, he's gonna try and kill me with the, or he is gonna kill me. Yeah, I should have played the, yeah, because the vulnerable thing too, I definitely should have played Shaman. He had transform, then I could have done damage to him on his turn.
Or you can just protect your Gnar with an hourglass.
Or that could just happen. Yeah. I'll play Devoted Council and see how he gets through that.
Your help brought us here today.
Step like
Okay. Sure.
That's a lot of aggression.
Yeah, it is.
Someday you see.
Best I got.
Share the bounty of our success.
I'm just bored clearing him at this point.
And you still get 2 more health off of the Devoted Council, which
Before it
mitigates
dies. Yeah.
the.
Hey, we got another one. And we have another. Save him.
The two-headed wolf hunts.
The question is Rek'Sai on top?
Oh, she's right there. I think I might need to play this just to heal myself right now. Or play another blocker.
You just play another blocker, right? He still needs to prove that he.
Yeah, I already have enough blockers.
Yeah, you already got enough blockers.
My
I mean,
worry
you can't
is
get
that he
Rek'Sai.
gets him enough power that he kills me.
Well,
This heals me too, so I don't die immediately.
yeah, guess so.
Oh, nice. That worked out for us, huh?
They will run.
He did the order wrong. He had to do Rek'Sai's trigger before Zerzareth. So I just do this and nothing happens.
It wouldn't have done that. He wouldn't have gotten Zerzareth anyway, because that's not how attack triggers work.
Yeah, that's exactly how it Reese. I have played the living out of lurkers. Trust me, that's how it works.
Well, I'm pretty sure you got this.
Well,
Because
actually,
how
win
does he
this one?
stop your
Unless
Gnar
it's a
from
pike spell. No, he doesn't. Alright, cool. Gnar just gets in there. Ugh. That was pretty fun. Jack's just trying to survive until it triggers some broken transforms. I think I keep the Ember.
What champions are you running?
What's up?
What champions are your partner?
4 of them. Tristana, Naryumi, J4.
I'm missing a mid laner.
Right? Support, top, jungle. Okay, this hand got worse real fast. I like the one Gnar, but the second one and the Mammoth Trainer real quick.
Mama's home.
Alright, Mama's home now. She's freaking home. Preservarium, I guess? Need to drop
Yeah, you
cards.
must be looking for those elusive killers.
Yeah.
Elusive is a very frustrating mechanic in this game.
Wow.
When we look ahead, we know how to prepare.
And you wanted to run, and you were questioning running retreat.
Yeah. Apparently not needed. I don't actually need that many copies of my champions. Jeez. Yeah, I'm not surprised. I didn't have an answer for him. Nope, I don't have a way to trigger Nexus damage, sadly.
You're gonna play Gnar anyway, right?
Yeah,
Probably.
probably.
I mean, you could do the ancient prep Preservarium if you wanted to try to set up that draw, but I don't know.
Nah, Gnar even
His
stops
regions-
the scope from attacking, because if he does, I just block and get a free card. I can't transform. He can. So I
Well,
can't
you can play Gnar.
I can't play Gnar. If I play Gnar, he attacks, he transforms. My Gnar doesn't transform. I'm not going to transform him before his next attack
But
phase.
you
and
still
then
get strike trigger on your Gnar if he attacks into it, and you get to attack, quick attack, right?
Proud and loud.
So
I
you
could
just
do
kill
this.
his Gnar? That's what I was getting at. It's
Uh.
like you just kill his Gnar.
Sure. That hopefully works. Yeah! I don't know what he would play to stop that, actually. I don't think there's really anything. And my Gnar's doing just fine on health.
Yeah, he's not even damaged.
I think I just attack. I think I would rather this be cheaper than get another one at the moment.
I agree.
Man, Troll Chant, what a card, huh? What
Yeah.
a card. That could be problematic.
So
Time bomb, time bomb? Oh, nuts! We're nuts! We're absolutely nuts!
Let's take it for a spin.
yes, double time bomb.
Double time bomb, baby! With a Zilean on field, too? Oh, that is sexy. It's my birthday, baby!
And you got a pokey stick for the 3-drop?
Yeah.
Or the 3/3?
Yeah. It's no longer good for my dude over here. My dude rocking these Fae.
Time waits for
Oh, no one. No one. But me? Beautiful stuff right there.
Yeah, swapping to the sweepers is really paying off. I mean, that's a thing. I guess you just wallop him.
Yeah, I'm just gonna wallop him. Get walloped! I thought it was funny. It does the D level de-transform animation for
So
it.
do you predict and get another unit on field, or do you just draw a card? I think you predict and get another unit.
Yeah, I think so too. Time bomb. Just seems nuts.
With the power of time, the possibilities are endless.
Endless. Facts.
You're already gonna get another
We
wallop.
made him cry on goal.
You're already getting another wallop, right?
Yeah, exactly. I'm getting another stun and another pokey stick. Like. No, we didn't find our Gnar early enough, unfortunately. But the nuts would be like Zilean turn 2, turn 3, time bomb, turn 4 Gnar, right? Scarground seems good. Let's see if we can get the nuts. As I just explained it, that would mean I'd have to find a time bomb with Zilean's predict, which nowhere near a guarantee. Turn 1 Teemo. Teemo Chase. 6-mana spell.
Let's get to work.
Curious. That comes through. That's a free mana. That's sad, but
Coming
true.
through. Keep it up.
Alright, your turn's over. Let's move on. Come on. Come on, Black Moes. Super brain thinking. Must take all the thoughts. We got not get the nuts as I had described it. Don't think we really need any of this anyway, so we're just gonna pass.
Now,
I guess there's a slight chance we just draw it, but unlikely.
quickly.
Probably just takes the 1. Okay.
Watch your back.
Just a moment.
Seems fair.
Let's go, people. Slip through my pores.
Man, look at all those 1 toughness units. It would be a shame if they got Ember Maidened.
Slip through
Holy
my
crap.
pores.
I am Shaka-Doodle. Shaka-Doodle dude. Okay, well, I think this guy's about to get real sad here. This Ember Maiden's kind of nuts. Like, this Ember Maiden's, like, insane. Oh, man.
Fire knows its own.
I mean, I don't know what he drew, but could kill her, I guess.
Come on, people. Let's make tomorrow
Wait.
today.
Huh?
Burn.
Wipe! Hey, kudos to this guy. He's still playing on, even though he's like so dead to rights.
Just as I suspected. Embers and smoke.
Okay. Yeah, we got him. Nice. Ember Maiden got there.